You guys need to form a gangster squad to kill some people.
Nick Nolte's in this movie. That man's getting old. So Gangster Squad opened last night, and I went to see it at 10 p.m. instead of midnight. Did they do that often? I found that strange that they weren't doing they were doing a midnight showing, but they had a 10 p.m. showing before that on opening night. I found that strange, but whatever. This film's directed by Ruben Fleischer. He's the guy that did Zombieland, which I really liked, and 30 Minutes or Less, which was okay. Now he's doing Gangster Squad. The film stars a plethora of big actors and takes place in the 1940s when a gangster, Mickey Cohen, controls the drug and the prostitution stuff in the city of Los Angeles. Mickey Cohen's starting to move into the gambling business, and if he takes control of that, he pretty much controls the entire city and pretty much the entire state. So somebody's got to stop him because he's not a good guy, and those people are the Gangster Squad members. Nick Nolte's like the head of the police organization at the time, and he tells Josh Brolin, who's this pretty by-the-book police officer, to assemble a group of cops with different strengths to take down Mickey Cohen's empire, because he's not the nicest guy on the block, and he's into some really bad stuff, and he's a bad guy, so they need to end his reign. And then Ryan Gosling's character, who's a smooth-talking cop, gets involved with Emma Stone, and they kind of develop a romance. And Emma Stone works for Sean Penn's character, Mickey Cohen, and so it's not a good thing. And that's pretty much your plot to this movie. Now, I thought this film was alright. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just kind of okay. And I did like a lot of things about it, and there were some things that I didn't like about it, and I'll get to both of those now. First, I'm going to talk about the good things. The cast of this movie is awesome. You've got so many good people in this, and it was just fun to watch them all. I mean, they could have done anything. They could have gone shopping, and I would have watched it just because it was Ryan Gosling, Josh Brolin, Sean Penn, Emma Stone. I mean, I'd watch them doing stupid things because it's an awesome cast. And you've got Michael Pena, who I think is great, and Sean Penn. I've always liked Sean Penn ever since he was hitting kids with soda cans in prison. I've always liked Sean Penn, so I was glad to see him in another movie. And because of that cast, the movie's a lot more fun to watch than it would have been if they weren't in it. The characters I really liked in this movie were Josh Brolin's character and Ryan Gosling's character. I really liked them. I really dug the romance between Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. I liked some of the back and forth between them. And Emma Stone's gorgeous, so there's that too. But I really liked how she was almost Sean Penn's property, and he wouldn't let her go. And I dug that. I think that was good. And then Josh Brolin's character is cool too. I think it's just because it's Josh Brolin. He's a cool dude, and I liked watching him. I always do. Even though I think he kind of was fairly cliche in this movie. He's a by-the-book cop who's got a wife at home who's pregnant. Kind of cliche, but that didn't bother me so much in this movie. I thought it would, but it didn't. It was okay. The wife was really good in this movie too. I really liked her. I liked how when Josh Brolin was putting the group together, she was kind of pulling the strings from behind the scenes. That was a really good relationship moment between them, and I bought it, and I thought that was interesting. I also liked the music choice in this movie, especially for the action sequences. There was some really interesting stuff going on, and I think the action was really stylized, and it was interesting to watch some of it. I didn't like all the action sequences, but there were a few of them that were really, really cool and different. I liked a lot of the dialogue. I didn't like all of it. Some of it worked, some of it didn't for me, but it was a funny movie. All of Ryan Gosling's stuff was funny. Maybe that's just because I like Ryan Gosling so much, but it was a funny movie at times. I did laugh. I mean, the director of this movie knows how to do comedy really well. There were definitely some things I really liked about this movie, but then there were some things I didn't like. My biggest complaint about this movie is how many characters were in this movie and how many big stars there were. I just felt like it was too much at times, because when you have so many characters like that, it's hard to characterize them all. I just think that there were way too many characters in this movie for me to be fully invested in all of them, and when you're not fully invested in the main characters, then a lot of the tension gets removed, and it's just not as interesting, it's not as compelling, and that's just how it is. And that might not happen to you, but that's what happened to me, and I think towards the end of the film, I just felt less and less interested, and overall, not a bad movie, though. It's got like a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. It doesn't deserve that. It's not that bad, that's for sure. Don't go in expecting something incredibly intelligent. It's fairly straightforward. It's a fun movie. Go see it with friends. It's not a bad one. That being said, I'm going to give this movie a C+. I wasn't super crazy about this one. I don't think it was a bad movie, but I saw Zero Dark 30 immediately after seeing this one, and I think if you're gonna go spend money at the movies this weekend, I think you should go see that instead of this, but that's just me. If you go see Gangster Squad and you enjoy it, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It didn't do it for me. That's just me. It just wasn't one I was super crazy about. In my opinion, I think you should just go see Zero Dark 30. Anyways, that's my review of Gangster Squad. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel and go check out some of my other movie reviews. And then comment below and tell me what your favorite Ryan Gosling movie is. He's not even the main character of this one, but he's my favorite person that's in this movie. So let me know what your favorite movie with him in it is. Mine's probably Drive, but I also like Blue Valentine a whole lot. I watched that the other day and it just like brought me to tears. Good movie. I love Ryan Gosling. He's awesome. And if you hate Ryan Gosling, stop lying to yourself. It's not true. I'm going to shoot my Zero Dark 30 review immediately after I'm done with this one. So keep an eye out for that, and thanks so much for watching.